Let us now continue drawing the image formation diagrams for concave mirrors. I have drawn a concave mirror with radius of curvature 4 centimeters. So focus comes at 2 centimeters. This is the pole. I have told you focus is the center point or midpoint of C and P. I have placed an object at F. So it is the object at F, and for this we have to draw one ray of light, passing through one ray of light parallel to principal axis. So I am drawing one ray of light parallel to principal axis, and the rays of light which are parallel to principal axis, they will get reflected passing through the focus. They will get reflected passing through the focus. So I will draw that. So I have drawn the reflected ray passing through the focus, and another ray of light you can pass through the center of curvature. And those rays of light which pass through the center of curvature will get reflected back along the same path. Always remember this. So another ray of light I will draw passing through the center of curvature. So I am drawing it, and it gets reflected back along the same line. So those rays of light which are passing through the center of curvature will get reflected back along the same line. So you can see both these reflected rays are parallel to each other. So they will meet at infinity. They will meet at infinity, and they will give a real and enlarged image at infinity. Since both these reflected rays are parallel to each other, they meet at infinity, and they will form a real inverted image at infinity. Real inverted and enlarged image is formed at infinity. So always remember, the rays of light which are parallel to the principal axis will get reflected passing through the focus, and the rays of light which pass through the center of curvature will get reflected back along the same line. And the rays of light which pass through the focus, they will get reflected parallel to principal axis. These things you have to remember. Now let us draw one more diagram, image formation diagram. Now this image formation diagram will draw for an object which is placed between the focus and the pole of the mirror. So we will keep an object between the focus and the pole of the mirror. So here also I have drawn a concave mirror of radius 4 centimeters itself, and I have told you all focus is the midpoint of C and P. So here the object is placed between F and P. So between F and P the object AB is placed. So one ray of light I have taken from B parallel to principal axis. It will get reflected passing through the focus. Another ray of light from B itself I will take passing through the center of curvature, and the ray of light passing through center of curvature will get reflected back along the same line. So I have taken another ray of light from B that is passing through the center of curvature, and the ray of light passing through the center of curvature will get reflected back along the same line. You can see both these reflected rays are diverging away from each other. They are moving away from each other. This side they won't meet, but if you produce them behind, they will meet. So it forms a virtual image. I'll just show it to you. Okay, I will produce both these lines behind. So here they meet. So both these rays I have produced them behind, and here they meet. I will produce the principal axis behind like this. Here they have met, here they have intersected. So the image is formed behind the mirror, and that is by producing the reflected rays behind. So the image formed is behind the mirror. It is virtual and erect. Okay, it is virtual, erect and enlarged, and the image is formed behind the mirror and not in front of the mirror. Okay, so where is the image formed? The image is formed, okay, behind the mirror. It is virtual, okay, erect means it is not inverted, and enlarged. Enlarged means larger than the object. These are the image formation diagrams for a concave mirror. Okay, so I will just revise those images once again. See, when the object is beyond C, that is away far, means beyond C, you can see one ray of light taken parallel to principal axis gets reflected passing through the focus. Another ray of light I have taken passing through the focus. The ray of light passing through the focus will get reflected parallel to principal axis. So both these reflected ray, this reflected ray and this reflected ray, intersect here below the principal axis. So the image is formed between C and F. It is formed by the direct intersection of reflected rays, so it is a real image. Okay, it is inverted, formed below the principal axis, inverted, and you can see the image is smaller than the object. It is diminished, smaller than the object. Then when the image object is kept at C, the image will be formed at C itself. It is real inverted and same size as that of the object. Here there I have told you all there is some mistake in the ray diagram because the pen used is very thick. You can use a thin pencil and get a correct image. Then we saw when the object is placed between C and F, one ray parallel to principal axis reflects passing through the focus. Another ray passing through the focus gets reflected parallel to principal axis. Both these rays intersect here. You can see the image is formed here. The image is formed beyond C. It is enlarged, real, inverted, okay, formed beyond C. Okay. Today we saw when the object is placed at F. So at F I have placed the object AB. One ray parallel to principal axis gets reflected passing through the focus. Another ray passing through the center of curvature gets reflected back along the same line. You can see both the rays are parallel, so they will meet at infinity, and since they meet at infinity, a real inverted and enlarged image is formed at infinity. Next is object between F and P. So I have placed an object AB between F and P. One ray of light parallel to principal axis gets reflected passing through the focus. Another ray of light I have taken passing through the center of curvature gets reflected back along the same line. Now you can see both these rays of light are moving away from each other, so they will not meet or intersect over here. But if you produce them behind, they will intersect. So if they are produced behind, they intersect and they form a virtual image. It is virtual, erect and enlarged formed behind the mirror. Okay, real images are formed in front of the mirror, virtual images are formed behind the mirror. Okay, now we shall see the uses of concave mirrors. So we shall see now the uses of concave mirrors. The first use of concave mirrors is it is used in the vehicle headlights to get parallel beams of light. It is also used in torches and searchlights also to get parallel beams of light. Third is it is used by dentists to see larger images of the teeth. And fourth is it is also used in solar furnaces, okay, to focus sun's rays and melt metals. And one more use is it is used as makeup or what you can say shaving mirror. Okay, it is used as a makeup or a shaving mirror to see larger image of the face. Okay, so these are the uses of concave mirrors. You can take down all these notes. Okay, we'll meet in the next class.